Hello everyone and welcome to Tomorrow's Tech, brought to you by 3.digital. Our goal is to help entrepreneurs and industry leaders successfully develop and commercialize their technology innovations. Diversity matters. How to attract high-quality talent is a real challenge. Today, we have Holly Tatustal on the show, who is a talent acquisition strategist and founder of Women in Digital. Women in Digital was launched 6 years ago and now has a global network of 12,000 men and women. Welcome, Holly.
Oh, thanks, Rosie. It's so great to be here.
Holly, why did you start Women in Digital and how do you ensure that you are still offering real value?
Yeah, so when I started in the digital recruitment industry, I was really anxious about making sure that I understood what I was recruiting for. I was going along to events where I just didn't necessarily feel that comfortable. There were amazing speakers, but the environment was, sort of beer and pizza, and I wanted something different. On the other hand, when I went along to other events that, I might have liked the environment, I didn't really think the speaker had the type of content I was looking for. I wanted to learn from hands-on leaders. So I guess I realized there was an opportunity to create the best of both worlds, to bring amazing speakers with real-world experience into an environment with wine and cheese that women would feel comfortable coming into. And that was the type of environment that I needed to learn so that I could be better at my job. We make sure that the Women in Digital events today add value to people by making sure that they're outcomes focused. So we always talk about, what is it that we're running this event for? What are individuals going to walk away with? What is the skill that they're going to learn? I think we've got these repeat attendees that are coming to the events learning different skills across their career, and it's showing that those outcomes-based events are providing value.
Yeah, right. COVID-19 has really opened minds about the future of work, particularly with diverse and distributed teams. Diversity is now seen as incredibly important by large enterprises. How can diversity be implemented within the startup ecosystem?
So what we're seeing is that the market is really punishing businesses that don't value diversity. Companies are turning their backs on agencies or digital solution providers that don't have a diverse team that can cater to their customer base. We have clients who are directly approaching us and saying, please help us find these females because without it, we're going to lose this pitch. Number two, we're seeing that the best talent are walking away from businesses that don't value diversity. It's kind of a bit on the nose to work with a company that don't have the values that they believe in. And thirdly, what we're seeing post-COVID is that with more distributed teams and a bit more of a remote workforce, the females that are, I guess there's evidence that shows that females are great at collaboration, teamwork and communication. So with distributed teams, females are providing that glue to keep the team together and create better commercial outcomes.
If a startup is committed to upholding diversity in a real way, what steps can they take?
So when it comes to diversity, we see a lot of founders say that it's tomorrow's problem. They don't have time to worry about diversity. But ultimately, we think this is a bit of a cop-out because, it's really hard to reverse poor hiring decisions. So what we recommend is that, number one, founders review the type of language that they use in job ads. So words like compete, assertive, they tend to put women off from applying. Words like collaborate, trust, they tend to encourage women to apply. The shopping list, avoid that at all costs on a job ad. So where you've got, a million traits that are required for a job, that's going to put women off from applying. Evidence shows that women will only apply for jobs where they feel they're going to meet 90% of the criteria. So I think really focus on what are the core competencies that you need. Number three, make intentional decisions about the type of imagery and language that's used on a website. And ultimately, what gets measured gets managed. So make sure you're tracking the number of females applying, the number of females interviewing, the number of females working in the business, and how many are actually leaving. And then from there, you have a plan, you have a data-driven way of measuring your diversity outcomes.
It's really useful using those analytics. From a commercial perspective, people can make or break businesses. What can leaders do to best ensure that they make good quality hiring decisions for the short, medium and long term?
Yeah, so we're constantly headhunting talent, and sometimes we'll reach out to a candidate and they'll say, if you'd contacted me, say 6 hours ago, I wouldn't have been interested, but we've just had a meeting, things have changed, I'm interested in looking at new opportunities. So that that pipelining concept is so important for a business owner and a business leader. We recommend that leaders give at least an hour a week. That's, something that anyone can do, to constantly reaching out, commenting on people's Behance portfolios, their GitHub account, LinkedIn. Connect with somebody new on LinkedIn, maybe one person a week that's piqued your interest, who has the skill sets that you might like in your business, and build a relationship with them over time. So the people that I've hired that I've, had most success with are the people that I've built a relationship with. Go along to events, mentor where you can, be somebody in the community that's providing value. And finally, where you have candidates applying, don't ghost them. Just be polite and be a nice human, because those people are going to go into market and probably speak fairly negatively about you. Likewise, where you've got a team, value them, reward them, train them, because they're going to be the people in market who are going around and talking really positively about you and your company, and that's going to drive your employer brand.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Holly. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosie. It's been great to speak to you today.
It's been great to hear more about your insights on the value of diversity and how leaders can pipeline for success. And thank you to everybody who tuned into this week's episode. If you have any questions for Holly or the Tomorrow's Tech team, please drop them on the Tomorrow's Tech LinkedIn page. Otherwise, see you again next week for another episode of Tomorrow's Tech.
Tomorrow's Tech, presented by 3 Dot Digital.